Welcome to HR Week 2021. And join us in exploring and reimagining the future of HR. You know, coronavirus pandemics and coronavirus time machine actually, it took us probably 10 years into the future in just about 10 months. And actually it brought a lot of questions, a lot of challenges. Good to say that quite a few companies actually coped very well with what was ahead. But you know, one of the speakers of HR Week, Dr. Konstantinos Markides, he says that, you know, real changes are yet to come. So let's reimagine the world of HR. Let's reimagine how we understand HR in our organizations and how our organizations could better be fit for the future. When talking about the conference, we will touch upon 5 major topics. The first one is our life in a hybrid world. I mean, we run different surveys and you may see that, you know, nobody says that they want to, yeah, there are some people who say yes, but basically nobody says that they want to stay 100% at home or be 100% in the office after the pandemic is over. So all the people say that, you know, 2 days in the office and 3 days at home, or other way around, is just about the right mix. So we are talking about a hybrid world in how we work. But it's also about doing everything hybrid. Let's take yoga classes. Perhaps you'll decide that Mondays is very good time to go to the studio. But Thursdays you decide, why not use Zoom for my yoga classes? So how do we shape our HR around those things? So we'll be discussing this hybrid world and how HR needs to change in order to respond to what's needed, and moreover, to lay the path towards the future for organizations. So that's one topic. The second topic is well-being. You know, when we talk about well-being in organizations, it's all about how to make people happy and how to make their life journey or employee journey in organization. But you know what's different? Before pandemics, we usually talked about well-being, meaning within the, you know, the walls of the office. Today, when the office is also at your home, probably we talk not about well-being in the office, but about your life well-being. And that's a completely different story, right? So you don't talk anymore about, you know, how you make employee happy, but how you make a person happy, how you make his life meaningful, purposeful. And probably in this sense, we need to rethink how we understand well-being. You know, let it put me very hard on this, but before pandemics, before the well-being of something like, put it metaphorically, like now we squeeze you, now we give fresh juice. Now we squeeze you, now we give bean bags, football tables, or whatever, you name it, right? But it's not actually the well-being looking into the future. Actually, what they want probably for the future is different well-being, is the well-being that does not squeeze a person in the first place. And that to me sounds as if well-being needs to be addressed by rethinking the architecture of the job itself. The third topic to address is diversity and inclusion. Everybody is actually now talking about diversity and inclusion. And it's not surprising, because I think that the human being is the most important that might be in organizations. However, when we talk about diversity and inclusion, you know, these talks about diversity and inclusion to me sound if we take a blanket and try to push onto others, onto ourselves. But that's not the diversity and inclusion we should be talking about. Probably it's something then the need to think how to make this blanket much bigger to fit all the people in the society, all the people who want to be there, to be included. I'm very happy we are going to have Asif Sadiq, Vice President HR from Adidas. Topic number 4 is technology in people's world. And actually, nobody would argue that technology came very close to each of us, especially when we talk about working life. Working remotely, from a distance, using Zooms, Microsoft Teams. Yes, I know some people are fed up with all of that, and they are longing to get back into the office, but yet we adopt technology. Whereas many more things we could adopt from technological world in making our organizations more effective and, to be true, more humane. How we do that and what we do. And finally, the fifth topic we are going to address is, to my mind, one of the most important topics. It's fundamentals, understanding us as human beings. You know, when we think about ourselves, we will always probably need other person to be with. We will always need a human touch. We will always need to socialize, network, and change ideas and be together. So this topic will include all the things that are very fundamental in making organizations a true nest of humanity. So these are the 5 topics we are going to cover in the conference. And actually, I'm very happy that there are quite a few speakers who actually joined us to explore these topics in more details, to explore and get us some questions for thinking into the future of HR. So one of these speakers is Dave Ulrich, the most influential thinker in HR of the decade. And surely he's usually known as a father of modern HR. So he will be talking about HR and rethinking HR, especially in the times of uncertainty. Another speaker we're going to have is Daniel Susskind, the author of A World Without Work and the co-author of The Future of Professions. So he will be talking about, this technology in the human world and how we could come together. And actually what Daniel says is that, when thinking about the professions of the future, there are probably 2 professions. One is all the things that the machines cannot do, and the second, building the machines. There are no other professions. So think through about it. Dr. Cosima Piepenbrock from World Economic Forum talking about strategic intelligence and how could we use different tools in order to make more informed solutions and more informed decisions in what we do. Asif Sadiq from Adidas, he'll greatly talk and contribute towards the discussion on diversity and inclusion, of how they are doing that in Adidas and how actually Sadiq himself helps other organizations to do that. And we are going to have many other speakers who are joining us in exploring different topics in this conference. So come and join us in exploring and rethinking the future of HR.